Hello, super readers, and welcome to a brand new bonus vocabulary job. If you wish to do this vocabulary job with us, you can stay. If you do not wish to do it, just keep pressing your arrow and moving forward. It is a bonus, extra, optional job. All right, friends. For this vocabulary job, what we are going to do today is I'm going to read you a story. In this story, there are 6 new words that we are going to learn together today. And then this week, we are going to work with those words to draw pictures to match, to put those words in sentences, to put them in a story, so that we can use these words in our writing and in our reading in the future. All right, let's get started. The piano lessons. The sign above the door simply read, Mrs. Johnson's Music School. It was small, neat, and simple, just like Mrs. Johnson. What the sign didn't say was that Mrs. Johnson was a strict teacher. Everyone knew that she was the best music teacher around, but also the toughest. She had certain rules, and she made her students stick to them. All my students must practice every day, she cried at the end of each class, 1 hour or more. Kim and Kayla were 2 of Mrs. Johnson's regular students. They had been companions since they met in art class at age 5. Then they had ballet together at age 6, soccer camp at age 7, and now piano lessons. Both girls liked the lessons. They were filled with loud music, laughter, and Mrs. Johnson's banging her cane to keep time. But practicing at home was different. Kayla didn't mind so much, but Kim hated it. Kim didn't like sitting alone at the big piano. Plink, plunk, thud went the piano as Kim just pounded random keys. This is so boring, she groaned to anyone who would listen. Kim sat on the piano bench for an hour every day, but she didn't even try to learn the music. Each week, the girls and the other students would return to Mrs. Johnson's school to show what they had learned. The students who practiced would play gracefully. But Kim was terrible. She would have nothing to play, and Mrs. Johnson would cry, "You must practice every day, 1 hour or more." This went on week after week. Kayla would play her piece and do pretty well. Then Kim would get up in front of the group, exchange a look with Kayla, and play horribly. Mrs. Johnson knew that Kim had not practiced. She would cry, "You must practice every day, 1 hour or more." Then one day, strict Mrs. Johnson surprised Kim by bending her rules just a little. "Kim," she said in a low voice, "when I was your age, I didn't like to practice either. It was dull and lonely for me too. I have an idea. I know that you and Kayla are friends, so the 2 of you will practice together. 1 hour or more, of course." After that, Kim and Kayla sat together at the piano bench every day after school. Kayla showed Kim how she made her practice fun by playing portions of the music really loudly. They played songs where Kayla was the left hand and Kim was the right one. They learned a lot of duets so that they each played one part of the song. Kim started playing really well in class. It made her even more willing to practice. Soon she found that an hour started to go by really fast. Kim didn't like to admit it at first, but sometimes she even practiced more. All right, first graders, that is our story with our 6 new vocabulary words. On the next slide, you will see how these vocabulary words are used. And then your job today is on a blank sheet of paper to draw a picture to go with each word. Have fun, first graders!